Welcome. Let's take a minute today and talk about the idea of placing blame on our partner in our relationship. Okay, blame. It's something that's very easy to do. If our partner does something, throws away something we need, misplaces an item of ours, disappoints us by maybe not following through on something they had said they would follow through on, and there's some adverse consequence for it, it's very natural for us to want to blame because, well, they did it. Sometimes, much of the time, they'll even admit that they had done whatever it is we're blaming them of. The problem with blame is it doesn't solve any problems. All it does is cause resentments, frustrations, angers, disappointments, and those things tear at the heart of your relationship. Those things deteriorate the quality of connection, of wholeness, of togetherness, of peacefulness between two people, and it's very difficult to sort of build that back. So while blaming may seem a natural sort of consequence of what somebody had done, it does nothing to solve the problem. And that's the problem with blame. So let's look at what we can do other than blame that will help build our connection, create a stronger relationship, and maybe even solve our problem. Okay? Let's take an example. Let's say you've returned from work, you have something important, you need to deal with it later. Maybe it's a bill, maybe it's some other document. It doesn't appear to be important, but you leave it someplace so that you can get it later. Okay? You go to the gym, do whatever you have to do. Your partners come home, they find it, it's just laying around, it doesn't seem important. They toss it somewhere, maybe not even thinking about it, just seemed like clutter in the way, didn't even seem that important, okay? They may not even know what they did with it. But you come home and now you can't find it, and you're frustrated. It's easy to go to blame them. Didn't you see what I left on the counter, you might say. And they'll say, yeah, I saw it, I didn't think it was important, I don't even know what I did with it. I think it's in the trash, I think I might have put it someplace else, I have no idea, it's lost. Okay? You can rant on and on and on. Blame them for how inconsiderate they are, how selfish they've been, any of those things. It's not going to solve the problem. It's not going to find what you're looking for. All it's going to do is hurt your relationship. It's going to make your partner feel unimportant, discounted. It's going to cause feelings of anger and frustration, and that's not what we need. Okay? So what I often coach the couples I work with and the individuals that are dealing with relationship concerns is on the idea of collaborative problem solving. How do we go about solving this problem together? See? Now, the problem may not be solvable, but the act of trying is huge in terms of building the connection between you, okay? Because let's take that example. Something has been misplaced. Well, instead of just blaming, we shift into collaborative problem-solving mode, and one solution, there could be many different solutions, an infinite number of solutions, but one might be, how about I go search in the den, you go search in the kitchen. And we'll see if we can find what we're looking for, what I need. We're going to solve our problem by taking actions together. Huge for bringing two people together, for creating and enhancing the emotional connection between the two people. Blaming and berating the person for not doing that does nothing to build connection. It destroys connection, and that's not what we want. And on top of it, the problem with blame, as I said, it doesn't solve your problem. To where collaborative problem solving might solve it. It may not, but at least you haven't deteriorated the relationship any further. Some situations are going to call for a different type of collaborative problem solving. Instead of splitting up to look for something, maybe a misplaced item isn't what the concern is. It might be how we deal with a particular circumstance in the future, and maybe setting up a guideline for certain situations when you want to bring a friend over or whatever it might be. I mean, these things are infinite. It's hard to discuss them all in a quick few-minute video. But again, setting something up so we don't have this friction point in the future is a lot better use of our time and effort than to continually blame our partner for what happened. Because again, blame won't solve the problem, and that's the problem with blame. So hopefully now there's a bit of a different framework to approach these circumstances where we'd want to blame, instead of blaming, use collaborative problem solving to hopefully solve the problem, but even if it doesn't get solved, at least we've worked on something together, bringing our relationship closer and building more connection between us, between you and your partner. I hope this has been helpful. If you'd like to discuss further ways to implement it, let me know. You can reach out on the various channels that exist. You can leave a comment for the video. I'll get back to you. And we can see if there's a way to make this concept more real for you and your life and your interactions. I hope this has been helpful. Have a great day.